Hey, this is Michael Lindsay from Vital MX, and we're out here at Paula Raceway today shaking down the 2016 Honda CRF450R. Overall, the 2016 is just kind of a minor revision year compared to the 15. The majority of what's been changed on the bike is handling related. Up front in the forks, they are 5 millimeters longer now, and Honda is running the tubes all the way against the cap, so they've pretty much pushed that front tire out there a little bit farther. According to the Honda guys, by the time they measure it down at the wheelbase, it's only a little bit more than a millimeter. In the rear, they've got a different linkage and bell crank, along with different sized chain rollers, which kind of creates a little bit of a tension difference for the rear end when the sprockets load up under power. And there that, suspension-wise, the clickers instead of quarter turn are now eighth turn, so you have a little bit finer adjustment. Interestingly enough, though, it actually did feel a little bit different when we were riding it today. The bike felt a little bit freer, a little bit snappier right off the bottom, kind of underloaded. Just seemed like it just revved through the range just a little bit faster. Talking to the Honda guys, they said they've gotten that reaction a little bit the last couple weeks, and the best thing they can figure is actually the difference in the chain roller diameter has probably caused the tension difference. It just kind of makes the bike feel a little bit freer at the crack of the throttle when it's loaded. Other than that, though, you are dealing with the same power plant as 15. The bike is extremely easy to ride. It's a very mellow power band. Doesn't really come on too strong anywhere. It's got good low end torque through mid to top. It just pulls decent. It doesn't really excite you anywhere. Because of this, the bike handles and turns really well because you never have moments in the corners where it comes on abruptly or spikes, which would cause some of the more powerful 450s might stand up a little bit. When you get those heavy hits of power, it's harder to keep the bike laid over. The Honda instead just kind of carves and flows a little bit easier, a little more like a 250 because it just kind of rolls on that power. At the same time, though, that can definitely be a negative. Today, for instance, we're riding here at Paula. Paula's got really big jumps. It's been raining the last few days, so the track is very deep. And there's definitely some moments where you just want grunt. You want it to come out. You want it to spin the tire and quick steer around a little bit and just kind of shovel that dirt and get moving. And the Honda definitely can lack that. You end up using a little bit more clutch on this bike than any of the Air 450s I would. The suspension's definitely a little bit better this year. The air fork up front for me, I end up dropping a couple PSI just to kind of free it up. At the stock 35 setting, it kind of feels like a stiff spring rate for me. It feels like it has a lot of preload. It's very tense and the bike reacts weird to little hits. Softening it up just on the air pressure and making a couple clicker adjustments just to free up the stroke was fine for me. Rear end wise, was the biggest surprise for me was with the new linkage. It kind of swells into what I said about being able to rear steer the bike a lot easier. The bike squats really well this year, and it's just really easy to track around corners. Honda has said that their goal with the current 450 is to give people a really easy to ride bike, and we can definitely knock them heavy on power every year, but Honda has hit their goal. This is an extremely easy to ride 450. It's been light the last couple years, been nimble. They've definitely done a better job of just kind of getting a more stable package, a bike that's easier to ride on a fast, rough track. The power's still not quite there, so if you're buying the bike, you're definitely getting a good chassis, but if you're looking for power, you're gonna expect to spend a little bit of money to get the bike where you feel like you need it.